Well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Take 10 with Shane and Michelle. And it's Golden Bachelor time again, episode 5 in the books, and we are here to talk about it. So welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, so you may notice, of course, Shane and I, we're regulars. We're not going anywhere. But then Sophie, a guest on episode 3 recap. We appreciate you coming back, Sophie. But can you introduce your companion tonight?
Yes, I can. This is my husband, Eric. And Eric he's been watching the show with me for, I don't know, a couple years, maybe.
Yeah, more than a couple, but yeah.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, we've been together for 10 and it was a slow burn, I think.
He likes it. He likes it now. He likes it. I think that initially he thought that I was like really wrapped up in like that I thought it was romantic. And so I was like, no. I don't watch it because I think it's romantic. I watch it because it's ridiculous and I watch it for drama. So now that he knows that I'm not like a crazy romantic, like trying to, find my husband on The Bachelor, he's happy, right?
Well, that is, you know what? I like that. I mean, it is all about the drama. So Eric, do you have anything to add to that with what Sophie said about, you said 2 years you've been watching it with her?
More than that.
Yeah, probably a little bit more. Like I would catch like an episode here or there. Like I'd come out like when she lived, like with some roommates when we were together, like I would come by for like a finale or something, or but
yeah,
slowly I started to be like, oh, this is kind of entertaining. Like I wish I knew more about like the backstory. So then I think the following year, so it's probably been like 4 years or so.
Probably.
Okay, so I have a question. Okay, so like when Joe and my husband got together, he was in college or whatever, and we came home and he would watch the soap opera. So is this like, like is this the modern soap opera in your guys' day and age?
Probably. I mean, it's.
Well, your mom watches soap operas and she watches The Bachelor.
She watches everything, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could get her on.
You know what? I think I would love both of your mothers on it. I think that would be incredible. Well, glad you joined. You're caught up with Golden Bachelor, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into it. So the last time we left, I think we were all trying to make our predictions, and they're rapidly letting people go. This has not been a gradual, one person. And I don't know anything about the regular Bachelor, but they're just cutting people left and right. What were your thoughts about how this one started? Let's just talk about, do you guys remember how episode 5 started?
There was like wasn't there like a little foreshadowing or something, right? Like a little clip.
Right. With Leslie, right?
Yeah, with Leslie. I thought Leslie has been such an interesting one to watch. And I think Shane and I, from the beginning, we really like Leslie. There's just something fun about her. Obviously, she seems to really compliment him well. I think she's a nice balance to his more, I think he's a little bit more softer, more emotional. I think a little bit less wild side. And I thought Leslie kind of brought that little spark. But Leslie, let's just talk a little bit about how she reacted. So who got the date card this week, guys? Finally.
Faith.
Faith, yeah.
Finally, Faith. Faith was our first impression rose from the first episode. She made the best first impression on him, and she was waiting in the wings, so to speak. And
that was quite the date. Like that was.
Oh yeah,
that was quite the date. When she came back, I was thinking, I don't know if I would say too much.
Oh, you know who would have said everything would have been Teresa. Can you imagine if Teresa had been on that date? Oh my!
Or if Kathy had been sitting there.
What's that?
Or if Kathy had been sitting there, I would have loved to see her reaction.
Yeah, her eyes rolling.
What would Kathy have said? What was Kathy's famous line?
Zip it.
Zip it, yeah.
Zip it, girl.
Zip it, baby. Zip it, girl. Kathy's going to be just fine. We don't have to worry about Kathy.
Yeah.
But I just thought, it was interesting. There was a nice quality about Faith. What do you guys think about her? She's the youngest. She's 60, which was the youngest they would go on the Golden Bachelor in terms of he's 73, just turned 73. She's 60. Sandra was our oldest at 75. She's gone. Thoughts about Faith?
Oh, you want me to say it?
Yeah.
Sure, say it.
Yeah, I think she's like very calm and soothing. Like she has like a very she's very thoughtful, and you could tell she's like listening, like she's very engaged in the conversation. Yeah, I just think she seems like a very genuine person.
She does. She seems genuine.
Yeah, I think so too. I think she's got Leslie too, just a little bit of baggage in the past from relationships. So I believe she was divorced as well. We know Leslie, I think, was divorced a couple of times. Teresa's the only one left that's a widow.
What is Faith's? I don't remember her talking about her history. She's a divorcee, but I don't really remember her opening up about that.
Yeah, I think I had to look that up because I don't remember her. I think the only one that was around her age that had lost a spouse was Nancy. Remember, we really liked Nancy. Nancy's the one who put the wedding dress on a few episodes ago and got really emotional.
I really liked Ellen. I really liked Ellen too.
Yes. Okay.
That was a little bit of a shocker. Like when it came down to those two, I was like, "Ooh, who's it gonna be?"
Oh. What do you? I mean, Ellen. You know what? I loved Ellen. I thought Ellen was what you see is what you get. She really put her heart out there, and I just don't think he was ready for that. What do you guys think?
Well, it was interesting because I think in episode 4 was when she said, "I'm falling in love with you," and he seemed really excited about it. And she made it another week. But then when she said it again, right? Unless I'm misremembering, when she said it again on the Ferris wheel, you could tell his reaction was less enthusiastic.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I really thought she was going to make it a little bit further. It always gets to this point in the show, like right before the hometowns, there is kind of a big cut of women that feels kind of unnatural, where it's like, whoa, like all of a sudden half of them are gone. Yeah, I was kind of rooting for her over Teresa, I think.
You
guys.
Yeah. Eric, who stood out to you from a guy's perspective? Is there anybody that you're just like?
He likes Leslie.
What's that?
He likes Leslie.
I think she has
talk about it.
She just seems more real. Like she has a past. Like it's not like she just seems very real, very not. It doesn't seem performative, it seems like she's literally like, I think they're all there for the right reason, but she just seems like she's really had a hard go of it her life and just looking for someone to kind of change that, pattern.
Yeah.
She is the one that he whispered to her.
Yes.
"You're my girl."
Yes.
I know. What was
that a hint?
Yeah, Shane, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, well, you're my girl. Am I picking you? Is that a hint? Maybe. I mean, here's the thing. At this point in it, and Susan, God love her, they just never had a love connection, but what a great addition to the show.
Oh, she did.
She was just so solid. I read afterwards, their connection was a nice friendship, but there was never a love connection.
Yeah.
We didn't see it. And we didn't see it with Sandra or Sandra
either,
or Kathy. It just,
it wasn't there. It wasn't there at all. I think, I have no idea who's going to pick. I really, really don't. But I will go out and say that I don't think he's ready for his next wife. But what I do think he's ready for is somebody to enjoy this next phase with, just for a bit, have some fun, have some companionship, but maybe not like, I'm going to settle down and this is it. This is, because let's call it what it is. You guys are calling it, it's TV, it's drama, it's all about getting as many people to watch as possible. I don't know. Do you guys feel the same, or am I like crazy?
I don't know that I had thought that, but I guess now that you say it, I don't really know what the pressure is. Like, why do they need to get married? Why can't they just find a partner and someone to enjoy? And if it gets to marriage in a couple years, great. If not, why did they need to get married again?
Agree.
I don't know if that's how his opinion on that, but I don't know that why.
I think that's always been my feeling about The Bachelor in general. It's just kind of like they seem like they would make a good couple if they had another few months or a year or two to get to know each other a little bit better.
Well, at our age, I hate to say it, but double Social Security is better than one. I'm just saying, putting it out there.
You know what, Shade? Yeah, the practicality financially is absolutely a consideration. But at the end of the day, but they each get their own. What you're saying is don't get married.
Yeah, when you get married, it's different. When you're single.
Oh my gosh, you know what? Yeah, I mean, what would be the point? We're really just rural advocates for marriage here, aren't we? As all three of us are married. Go ahead, Shane.
I was gonna say, I just think it's gonna get really emotional, because if you saw like towards the end, and it was really sweet too. Their after shows, their after commercials that they're doing with these girls, they really are rooting for one another. I really don't see like the pettiness and hatred and the back and forth like you do in the other Bachelors and Bachelor Paradise or whatever. Yeah. So I think that's the sweetness of it. Even though Susan did get picked, she was still, a hoot and a fun to be on that show. So
I loved the part where they were in the pool, like in a circle doing some kind of.
I don't know, Nagila. They were going hava.
Oh, that's what they were doing.
Well, and I will have to say that was a fun group date. Some of the when they went to the carnival and whatever, I thought that was a really fun group date to try to, pull out the kid in you and, and have a good time too. So
it was so fun. They were at Santa Monica Pier. Nobody looked like they were trying to monopolize his time, but he spent time with all of them. He kind of pulled them all like aside a little bit, one-on-one. And so I thought that was really, really sweet.
But I'm glad he didn't give out the rose. I'm glad he waited. I thought that was very good, because then they would all like, oh my gosh, which one is it going to be? So that was very good too.
No, you're right, Shane. That was really good. The hometown visits, just to tee up what's next. It's going to get real. These are the grandchildren, the children, the family dynamic. And they did a foreshadowing, right? They did a preview of all of that. So I think, I don't know. I mean, they're all three. I can see how the three that he ended up with are the three. Hindsight, right? It's all about hindsight. I look at it. I'm like, yeah, he did make a connection, everybody, with Teresa on the first date. He really did.
Yeah.
She made sure to tell everyone about it too.
Yeah, she did, and continued to do so. And I thought he kind of found out she was a little bit of a drama queen and a little bit of a run her mouth, and he still went with her. So what that tells me is I think there's a couple of things. Married decades and lost her spouse, right? In same situation.
High school sweethearts too.
Sweethearts too. Families roughly the same composition. They talked about their kids and their grandkids. I think he feels a kinship with her, but I think he feels more of the spark and excitement with Faith and Leslie. I think she's a comfort and safety. That's Teresa. I think Leslie is like a fun, bring out the fun guy out of him in the spark. And I think Faith is somebody that he just feels some kind of deeper connection with. That is the Michelle Fenstermaker after, sat here and thought about the three of them analysis. That's all I've got on that. Anybody have anything else?
I mean, I have to say, like, I really like Leslie, but I'm surprised she made it this far. kind of felt like his type was, and we're peeling back the layers of her. She's, she, as we talked about a couple episodes ago, she really leads with the fact that she's like this, beautiful woman. She's an amazing dancer. She kind of leads with like, that sex appeal a little bit, which I felt like he was more gravitating toward the like more innocent, like the Teresa types. So to have that mix to me is interesting. Like, and then Faith, I think Faith is like in the middle. Like Teresa feels very like innocent to me and very like, and so does Gerry, right? Like they're both very kind of, although Teresa's from New Jersey, Gerry is from, where is he from?
Indiana.
Yeah, like you kind of,
those Jersey girls.
Well, I think even my thought was, I think even Ellen must be from this area as well. She has like that New York accent. Like she's definitely a transplant to Florida.
She was an East Coast transplant 101. Yeah, for sure.
Could be,
Boston maybe.
Right.
I like all three of them. I'm just anxious to see kind of how the hometown goes. I think you might be able to get maybe a sense of which way, if they allow that, like on TV. But I'm still like, you're my girl. That's the one. I'm like, I'm going to hang out and see if that's the one.
I know that will be, time will tell. Any closing thoughts? I really appreciate everyone coming on. This was a great conversation. We're trying to keep them short and sweet, but has anybody picking a team, like your team, Teresa, your team, Leslie, your team, Faith, who, by the way, Sophie knows this. I called her Paige all day. Sophie and I, she was like, Michelle, are you talking about Faith? I go, yeah. Paige. I saw the AI. I thought it was Paige.
I don't know. Do you guys feel like comfortable in picking a front runner right now? I feel like I'm still feeling out the situation.
Okay.
I don't have one.
No, you know what? I thought I did, but I think this hometown visit is going to unlock. So I'm keeping it to myself. I will wait. Let's wait and all.
And then at the end we'll say, I was right.
That's right.
Whoever he picks.
That's right. We could claim we're right. I think it's going. No, I'm going to say it. Teresa.
Okay.
All right.
Let's put some money on it.
We could talk about that. We could put something on it. So again, Eric, thank you so much for the millennial male perspective. You will not get that boomer male in here to say anything. But in Joe, tell him we wish we would have shared his perspective, but we get it. So again, and there's plenty of guys watching it. I'm reading the commentary after the episode, not only to prepare myself for this, but I'm just curious what other people are thinking. So it's been a lot of fun. More to come. So in the meantime, Shane, make all your moments magical.
In Florida and the beyond, and Golden Bachelor Nation. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. See everybody.
Bye.